All right, welcome back to the channel. It is day 240 here in the Philippines. We got lots to vlog about. High Stakes Danny officially went home day 235. Is back in Vegas, back doing high stakes things. Give you an update about that. Talk a little bit about his visit. Seen a doctor here in the Philippines. Had a full blood screening, all that good stuff. And we'll talk about that experience and what the doctor told me. And got banking account straightened out, got the card, got the debit card. So I'll be trying to set up a stream to be able to get money over here in case I lose my debit card or it gets damaged or expired, right? I mean, 240 days. I mean, these type of things happen, including my passport will be coming up for renewal here, and I will have to exit here within the next 60 days at this point. It is about 30 days till Christmas, about 5, maybe close to 6 weeks till 2023. My visa will expire in January 25th, if I'm not mistaken. But I will probably make plans to either exit earlier or later to try to stay, clear of the high costs from the holiday travel and all that stuff. So there's that. So lots to talk about in today's vlog. So let's dive into it. Got a banking account. Wasn't too much different than the United States, actually. Interesting part of this was there was a W-9 in the paperwork, likely going to report this to the U.S. government. Totally fine. I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, this is really kind of a tool to try to, open up another stream, way to get money here, hopefully cheaper, right? Because, I mean, debit card's kind of limiting, kind of expensive, depending on your institution in the United States, depending on what ATM you roll up on, and limiting for depending on the amount you can withdraw. It seemed like when I was in Manila, many ATMs had a limit to basically like $200. That's kind of limiting. However, it worked out okay. I mean, I use my debit card and credit card over here in most places. However, I try to limit my usage of it in general, just so I don't have any problems, because of course that's the problem, right? That's why many people have to return to the United States, is from banking problems and loss of cards and just not able to get money. And so just trying to do my best to shield myself from that. So this will give me the ability to transfer some money bank to bank over here for probably a lot less than what an ATM would cost. Plus, the fees in the United States for, international withdrawals. Some banks will even reimburse those, but it's best to do your research before bringing a card. It could cost you lots of extra money. Next, visit a doctor. Again, it's kind of discovered that maybe I have some high blood pressure issues, something that I felt like it was worth seeing a doctor. I mean, this is kind of one of the main reasons I'm over here. I need healthcare. I need cheap healthcare, because honestly, the last open enrollment that the United States has, it was almost a shocking amount of money that they were trying to charge me. I mean, I wouldn't even be willing to pay this much. They wanted $1,100 a month, and I paid the first $20,000. Just $30,000 a year for healthcare. I mean, it's just, nowhere in the cards, actually. So, I've been looking for a solution, and, this full blood panel here, pretty much a full screening. You can kind of see here, multiple pages and stuff. My new setup here is kind of different on me, so I don't know how well that shows up, but I got a full blood screening. Have some high cholesterol. Need to work on that. It does appear I have maybe some high blood pressure. If according to the doctor, I was kind of on the borderline of whether I needed some medication or not. So that's a little bit interesting. But again, it's kind of why I'm here. I mean, the whole blood screening here, $25, 1,300 pesos locally, and then a doctor to read the results, 700 pesos. So the whole thing, 2,000 pesos, under $40. I was able to get a full screening, find out what I need. 49 years old, creeping up on 50. I mean, again, like I said, I need this. I mean, this is part of the, why I'm here. So I figure I'll take advantage of it. Something I not super comfortable with. I am nervous. Maybe I feel maybe like most people do, but I also feel like if it's good enough for local Filipinos, it's good enough for me. So I'm thrilled to be able to get the health care, and thrilled at the cost. So next, high stakes Danny. 240 days ago, we took a flight over here together. It was unclear if Danny was actually going to be able to make the trip on the day. I mean, he wasn't feeling that great. Speaking of healthcare, Danny has a few issues. It appeared that Danny had a very good trip. His medical issues didn't seem to follow him as much. Of course, I think he still's got issues, and yes, he does still got issues, but it was a super good trip. Very minimal problems. Here for 235 days, we both kind of took different paths. We didn't really see each other, period. I mean, he spent a lot of time in Dumaguete, traveled around a lot more maybe than me. I mean, Danny is retired. He retired, I believe it was in December of last year, and we had talked that he wanted to do some traveling once he retired, because of course, I mean, he's a retired municipal worker, 25 years, Las Vegas. I believe he's got a pretty good retirement with healthcare and all that stuff, but still needs an affordable solution. So, was looking at things like the Philippines, Mexico, where is he going to retire? So he did have to return. Taxes, he's got a condo over there and all that. I don't know how, far he thought it was going to go. I wondered how long he would last, honestly, or how long I'm going to last. Of course here, my passport is about set to expire, and, the government, immigration here, I said I had to exit, to refresh my, stay, come back and whatnot, but I would have to exit. That's an issue because, of course, within 6 months of your passport expiring, that countries typically won't want to renew visas, accept you, all of these things. So, and of course, I believe at like March, I start to reach that line. So, I am looking to exit. It'll be sometime between, of course, now or January, trying to avoid the high costs during the holiday travel season. Christmas, of course, would probably be, holiday travel season. Of course, there's no Thanksgiving or anything here. So, just basically is Christmas and New Year's are the, it's either going to be before or after, I'll exit and either make a visa run or return to the United States. And we'll see how that goes. But back to Danny a little bit. He renewed his visa 30 days, of course, from arrival. And then also from that point, I believe he got a 6-month stay. Now, if you remember back a little bit in the March, April, May area, gasoline costs started going quite high, and so did airline. The cost to fly and stuff like that. And I believe most of that. It was getting a little bit. I was getting a little nervous because it seemed like it was about 30-40% higher. But I believe that most of that came from routes not opening up. We came over here kind of in the early stages from countries opening up, Asia being mostly closed during the pandemic. So really this was very early on. We had to get the PCR tests and all that good stuff, and it's always nerve-wracking traveling internationally. Actually, I got better experiences flying internationally than I do domestically in the United States, but still not without its problems, and it always makes me nervous. I don't love traveling. Sometimes it's better than others for sure, but I definitely don't like traveling all that much. Very tiring, especially when you're traveling this far out. I mean, this is basically the other side of the world, so it's definitely the extreme to the United States. I don't think you go much farther. I think maybe Indonesia or something like that would be 4 hours further, but I think the other way is India or something. You could fly the other way to India, so I think India is even closer. But that being said, let's see what else. Glasses, had my prescription filled. That was mostly a good experience. Got 2 pairs of glasses, 1 pair of readers to fill in while I was waiting for my prescription to be filled. Costs on that about $200-ish. I've had a couple of replacement lenses in these glasses here, and while I was waiting, of course, I had to pay for some readers and stuff. Took about 2 weeks. Philippines not being exactly the cheapest, but it was mostly painless as far as that goes. I'm glad to get those back. November, pretty challenging again. Health stuff and glasses and all the stuff that goes on with that. 240 days. It's been a long stretch. Sometimes it feels like it's going slower. Sometimes it feels like it's going faster. Interested to see what happens here. Of course, I'll be vlogging a lot about the experience, the exit visa, everything that goes into that, and my experience with that. So videos will be coming, about that experience. But I think that's everything. I think we covered everything. Danny's home. I wonder if he comes back. I asked him. He didn't really give me like a solid answer. However, kind of just talking to him briefly and stuff. He purchased a scooter, had a driver's license, all this good stuff. I kind of feel like he'll be back. I think it was a good experience. I don't know a ton about Danny, but I do know that if he didn't like it or if he wasn't having a good time, he probably would have left a lot earlier. 8 months is a long time to be here. And he hung out with the same girl. And I think they had a good time, and I think he had a good time. And, he hadn't had much of a vacation. So I think he enjoyed himself. I think also he's kind of glad to be home. Had stuff to deal with over there, file his taxes, figure out what he's going to do with his apartment, maybe get rid of his car, all these different things. So, it would be kind of interesting to see what Danny does, going forward here. But anyway, 240 days, just a few days before month 9. And hope you enjoyed the newish setup. I figure I'd try this way here rather than look behind me in the apartment. We just live in a small apartment here in Iloilo. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next video.